And welcome back to the Business Spotlight. I'm Pat Dewar. I'm interviewing Dave Swift. Dave is a marketing guru, and that is his website too, which is nice. I think it's a .us, isn't it, Dave?
Right, themarketingguru.us with only one G.
One G.
Yes.
I'm an Aggie, so I wouldn't have caught that. I mean, there's two. But one of the things that we want to get into today is we've talked a little bit about the valuation and making sure that a dental practice is sold at a fair price is what it sounded like, okay? So in this part of it, what do we go to next? When you look at helping somebody acquire something, do you stay involved in helping them get where they want to go and build it up?
Well, we certainly can do that. But first we want to make sure that any investment in terms of getting the best return on investment, you want to get it at the best possible price to start with, so that you've got cash left over maybe to invest in marketing and some things that you want to do to grow it. So we obviously look, when we're valuing a dental practice, at assets,
right,
and at EBITDA, basically, your cash flow and your discounted cash flow values. And that's kind of a difficult thing at times, because for an older dental practice, there isn't too much in the way of assets. They're old, they're going to have to be replaced, and we have to take that into consideration. Another thing we have to take into consideration is a match in terms of the demographics of the patients and the doctor coming in. They may have the same or very different personalities. This could have an impact on attrition and retention.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
They may come from different religious backgrounds, and it may be that the patients are all from this guy's church, and we bring in someone with a different religion. It's not going to have the value over time, because they're going to realize it after a while.
Right.
So these are things that the selling broker isn't going to bring up. They're just there to basically move the practice and move on. To your point, what I do is, yes, try to get them the best value when they come in, but then also help them with things such as a strategic marketing plan and how to sell, how to close business, how to make that treatment plan be something the patient wants to say, yes, I want to do that.
One of the things that, just to really bring some social proof to that, because a lot of people say, as consultants, they say, I want to help them do this, this, and this. But you have the proof in the pudding. You have practices that have done exactly that, even to the point where they've been, Consumer Choice Award winner type of things, year upon year upon year. So you have built you got the proof.
Right, and in fact, this particular practice we're talking about that's won the Consumer's Choice Award the last 3 years, basically we took them, and by making changes, this wasn't purchasing it outright, but making changes, we were able to almost triple their revenues and quintuple their profits over 5 years. So this wasn't a startup, this was an existing practice that was doing better than average,
right,
for an urban marketplace, and yet we're able to do these things from a strategic marketing plan and implementation of that plan to make it explode.
Now, when you help somebody with an acquisition, let's say that they're in an area of a city that is not, it's on decline, is the only way. The population is aging, okay, just like the dentist. Do you recommend they move, or is it just depends on?
Well, it'll be up front. It'll be, let's determine where you really want to look to buy a practice.
Right.
Okay, that's the upfront. Don't buy something in a place that's going downhill. Instead, find where it makes sense for the period of time that you think you're going to be practicing dentistry, and the type of practice that you want. There are those who want to be low end. I'm going to be the least expensive. I'm going to be on DMOs and PPOs and stuff. And there are those that say, oh, I really love doing cosmetics.
Right.
And it's going to be very difficult to get cosmetic patients to come to a part of town that they're not comfortable parking their car in. So depending upon what you want to accomplish and what your objectives and really what your passion is within all the options in dentistry, that's when you make a decision, where do I buy a practice?
Is there a checklist or something that you usually go through in even beginning the process of wanting to work with somebody or letting someone work with you? Because I know you're pretty selective.
Correct, and we'll want to make sure that someone, in fact, is serious,
Right.
that they can qualify to buy a practice, and that they, in fact, understand what they really want to accomplish in dentistry. And to do that, we normally recommend that we look at least an outline of a strategic marketing plan so that we can look at what they want to do, what services they want to perform, and we can look at target markets and therefore help them say, this is where you need to locate and find. Then we start looking for a practice in that area.
Interesting. One of the things that I encourage you to do, folks, is really, if you're a business owner, listen to the steps that Dave is talking about. I mean, yes, it's location, but it's even with the aging population. There's a tremendous amount of value in purchasing essentially somebody else's following. The Business Spotlight is giving you tips and tools to help you grow your existing business, or if you're a dentist, help you find the right one to buy. We'll be right back. Thanks so much.
Staying involved in dentistry on every level, local, state, and national, makes me a better dentist. Our patients are our life and our livelihood, and we appreciate every single patient that walks in that door. And these are our family, and we treat them that way.